Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium for tonight's quarterfinal matchup between the Bismarck Legacy Sabres and your West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. I'm Tristan Murdoch. Joined alongside me is Dan Wolf. Dan, it's officially playoff season here.
Playoff season, everybody goes back to 0-0, survive and advance, lose and go home. So every team with a lot to play for tonight. We have the Legacy Sabres coming in from Bismarck to
the senior has really paved the way for this team, earning himself a safety early on in the season and then paving the way from there, as well as some upcoming players like Kai Schlichting, running back 6'3", has really filled that spot that Barry Pennu formed for him. Barry obviously going off to NDSU this past, or not NDSU, Rochester Community College, excuse me, and then Tate Herman, of course, the very powerful running back behind all of Olson's tush pushes. He's 10 touchdowns with only 4 interceptions on the year. And then also the hands of Yusef Jama, running back behind him, 149 carries for 997 yards, averaging 110 yards a game with 13 touchdowns. And then last but not least, their star wide receiver, Callan Lucas, with 44 receptions and 75 yards a game with 7 touchdowns.
You know, when you look at these F formula that determined in the East, you're getting teams that are over 500 that are coming in as the 4 seed. And so it feels a little lopsided this year. And that bears watching. You know, that West was awfully tough this year, and they spent a lot of time kind of beating each other up. And Bismarck Century, a team that defeated Cheyenne, doesn't even get into the playoffs, which, you know, that's the quirkiness.
We'll take a
with sub 500 records overall on the season, but because there's 4 from the East and 4 from the West that get in, that was the quirkiness of this year's playoff system.
And then obviously taking a look at the other side of the bracket, we have West 1 Minot High versus West Fargo tonight up in Minot, and then Fargo Davies is hosting both of here. So with that, the last time these two faced was 8-25 of 23. The Mustangs
Bismarck. We are promoting
Scraped out with that one. So, got anything to add, Wolf?
Well, you know, with the amount of turnover that you get in high school football, it's been a year since they played each other. Undoubtedly, both teams are a little bit different than they were last year and worlds different than they were in 2017. And again, I think you have to throw out any past records. You can only focus on the team in front of you. Don't be looking ahead to what a potential next. You look past an opponent that could.
Create an environment for high school competition we can be proud of. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand if able, remove any headwear, and remain at attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. The national anthem is being performed tonight by the Cheyenne Pep
Do we need a camera on the flag?
under the direction of Mr. James Landman.
You guys on the sideline, don't worry. I'll go for it on camera one. Sorry, I'll be quiet. That's downside to having one on this camera so loud. Should we give Scooters a free ad? Scooters, America's car.
Now for tonight's introduction, starting with the cheerleader from the Bismarck Legacy Sabres, Tatum Bauer, Kira Bell Degman, Ella Dahl, Caroline Gill, Chloe Newspeed, Kendall Hochhalter, Kaylee Johnner, Brenna Clavundi, Phoenix Linsett, Ellie Mickelson, Kylie Olson, and Nevaeh Road. Their cheer coach is Stacy Zeman, assisted by Tegan Bauer. Now the cheerleaders for the Cheyenne Mustang, Akila Weddy, Angela Clark, Avea Baxton, Ayla Thompson, Bernita Pa, Ceres Lee, Charlotte Madriga, Emery Bailey, Jack Jelinek, Nevaeh Bolton, Josephine Campbell, Catherine Madriga, Kenneth Carter, Khadija Bob, Larissa Reynolds, Makila Cumming, Peyton Zeman, Phoenix Jones, and King Dorbo. Their head coach is Jen LaRue. Now the starting lineup for tonight's matchup. First, the offense from Bismarck Legacy. Starting at left tackle, number 75, Lincoln Lamar. Left guard, number 64, Gavin Gwynn. At the center position, number 76, Cody Peterson. The right guard, number 62, Carter Johnson. Right tackle, number 63, Jackson Sperry. Tight end, number 88, Brady Seabuck. Wide receiver, number 14, Jack Juleson. Wide receiver, number 3, Kaylin Lucas. At fullback, number 10, Wes Jordan. At running back, number 0, Yusuf Jama. And the quarterback's number 6, Easton Berger. Head coach is Chris Clements. He's assisted by John Breitbach, Jason Hoekstra, Royce Jacobson, Ben Jollett, Nick Jollett, Jagger Marchant, Riley Ryle, Justin Sauer, Philip Thomas, and Andrew Voorhees. Now the starting defense for the Cheyenne Mustangs. Defensive tackle number 6, Tate Herman. Defensive tackle number 77, Xander Mowry. At nose guard number 50, Brennan Gable. Defensive end number 55, Cade Petchuk. One linebacker number 9, Brian Olsen. Another linebacker number 40, Braxton Lochner. Another linebacker number 8, Tommy Levine. One corner number 3, Jameson Allen. Another quarterback position number 1, Isaiah Lincoln. That one safety position number 29, Landon Zink. Another safety position number 13, Sully Irie. Head coach for the Mustangs is Jeremy Newton. He's assisted by Josh Hurt, Bear Reed, Mark DeLorme, Hunter Sander, Andrew Rock, Bryce Westfall, Evan Moore, Amos Conley, Keith Copenhager, Hayden Reynolds, and Eric Brock.
So coming off of player introductions and Anthem here, the Mustangs won the toss, elected to defer here on this chilly Friday night here in West Fargo.
I think if we want to talk about some keys to the game here tonight, Tristan, I see a few that that kind of stand out to me. One is to get the offense going. Really, and when it's cold like this, every hit stings a little more. That ball feels harder when it's getting thrown to you. But getting the offense going is going to be really important for the Mustangs tonight. Nice long drive that ends up in a score. The defense needs to step up and just keep that flow of the game going. And so all three phases are going to have to perform tonight if Cheyenne's going to be successful. Cheyenne won the toss, elected to defer, so they'll kick off here and get the ball to start the second half, and we're about ready to go. On the far side by the Mustangs as returner got out of that kind of box early on with all the defenders bearing down on him. It looked like he might be able to spring a long one, but good job by Cheyenne on the coverage there on that kick.
Audio 1 doesn't control that. Audio 1 is just from the camera upstairs. Camera 2 audio and camera 2.
We'll see what Easton Berger drops up, shotgun formation.
You can still hear both.
That's lawn in motion.
There's a false start. That's going to be on number 1, Braxton Ruff, the wide receiver. As the ref, with all the layers and the gloves on, looking for the microphone. And just a little bit quick off the ball there for Ruff, and that is not how you want to start the playoffs, but see what Legacy can do to dial something up here on second down.
Legacy now at 15 and 2. Two receivers white, one in motion, or two receivers left.
line advance up the field and then just didn't, whoever was responsible for the running back for Jordan, just let him get behind, and that's going to be a big conversion for a first down here on the first drive for the Sabres.
Lawn in motion. Oh, that pushes him back about 2 from the 49. Bergerud will have 2 right, 1 left. Shotgun. Hands off. And he will not gain any yards on that one. Maybe a gain of 1.
Nice job by Cheyenne coming up and giving run support.
Jama found a back. That'll be a pass to Jama, I believe.
Yeah, that was a good job. Heat applied there.
Or excuse me, that'll be a pass to Callan Lucas.
I think that was Xander Mowry that got in there, put the heat on.
As it
As we've talked about on several occasions, Tris, and I what isn't, and they're going to be the quick punt there. And I think that was the smart play if you're Legacy. Nice attempt on that coverage to
Goes into the end zone for a touchback. Cheyenne Mustangs take over 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
putting an 80-yard field ahead of the Mustangs here.
So we'll take a look at the Mustang offense in 2 weeks as they went up north to West Fargo High last week and defeated the Packers 26-8. Olsen in shotgun. Hands off, Schlichting.
Led by number 52, Brett Miller. Gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and
Not giving. And that was a play that we saw a lot of success against Davies a couple weeks ago, where that quick handoff and Schlichting just kind of picked his way through there through most of that second half. But good job by Legacy that time.
Olsen drops back. Gets the pass off. That was Chase Evanson.
Oh, I think it was
That
Irie.
was Irie, excuse me.
maybe 2 on the play. Tackle made by number 52, Brett Miller, and a host of other Sabres. Fourth down, 2 yards to go.
Wow. I don't know, 4th and 2
Ols-
at your own 28 and going for that.
Newton going dangerous here as Olson keeps it.
He's going
And
to get
he's going to
it.
get it. Caden Olson on the keep gains about 3, maybe 4.
We'll see if that's any indication as to how aggressive Cheyenne's going to be. I mean, that's if you don't convert there, that is.
And gets way behind Irie on that one.
It's hard to tell if that one maybe slipped out of his hand. I'm sure the turf is still a little wet from the rain that we had earlier today.
And that might be another huge factor for tonight is weather, because it is, like you said, it is a lot colder. I don't think they've had a game before where it's dropped below 60 yet this year. So
yeah, this certainly is going to have a different feel to it. Everything that you do is a little tougher in the cold weather. And again, it was hard to tell if Olson just kind of lost the grip on that one or saw something and threw it away.
Olson hands off to Schlichting.
Now that's what that play looked like against Davies all of the second half in that win a couple weeks ago. So if Schlichting can gouge you for 5-6 yards a crack, that's going to be huge to set up play action, some kind of opportunity down the line.
The third and 4, excuse me.
Still probably longer than what Coach Newton would like to have for a third down, but
Olson has 2 right, 1 left. Fakes the handoff to Schlichting, drops back. Gets a pass
good
off.
pass. Great job, good find of Caleb Haas. Just a little crossing route, got behind that intermediate depth, got behind those linebackers, and Olson just waited for him to clear and then fired it right through. Good hands by Haas. Big conversion for West Fargo Cheyenne.
Olson hands off to Schlichting.
And that's
Schlichting will
another
get a
good
carry.
run. That's going to be almost first down yardage there.
Gain of 9. Schumacher leading the charge on the stop.
So the guys up front creating some holes now for Schlichting, giving him an opportunity to kind of pick his way through there. And we do know he has speed. If he can get downhill and really hit the jets, he could run away from a lot of defenders.
Haas in motion. And that'll be a
false start there. Looked like Olson was expecting the snap, so a little bit of miscommunication there. Schlichting went at the same time, too, so everybody but the center on one page there. Still only brings up 2nd and 6 because of that good first down run by Schlichting.
Second down and 6 from the 41.
Olson hands off to Schlichting. Gets a gain of about 4.
Schlichting on the carry. Gain of 4 on the play.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 now for the Mustangs.
And Brady Wiki on the stop for the Sabres.
As we are starting to get to the other side of the field here in this first quarter. Olson 2 right, 1 left. Hands off to Schlichting.
That's going to be close.
1 and a couple inches.
I think he might be just short. Well, if it's 4 down territory when you're at your own 18, or own 28, I've got to believe it's 4 down territory when you're at the Legacy 36.
Be 4th and 1 here.
Need that offensive line to get a good push. Just get in behind them.
I was focused on a different issue.
Looks like Legacy's going to bring some guys.
Food, and then I will come back.
Olsen. Media pass
Swing
over to
pass,
Schlichting, and
great
he's not going
job.
to get anything. Maybe a loss of 2.
Really nice job by Watson there, the D-back for Legacy. Sniffed that out, saw it right away, and closed with tremendous speed, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So both teams come up empty on that first opportunity. Cheyenne possessed the ball for significantly longer than Legacy did, but they still come away with nothing. So now the heat's on the defense as there's 4 guys. With a wide receiver screen.
That's Lucas getting brought down, maybe a gain of 4.
That was a nice job of him just kind of being patient and letting some of those blocks show up. To pick up 4 or 5 there was actually pretty good. It seemed like Cheyenne had covered that well enough. They had guys fly into the ball, but he was still able to pick up 4 out of that.
Bergard fakes the handoff and passes to no one.
Yeah, he just had to get rid of that.
I think he was looking for Jama, but Jama didn't quite turn around in time.
No, he didn't have time. Jama was turning around, but Tate Herman was all over Bergrud, and he didn't have any option but to let that go.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 now for Legacy. Similar territory to where they were on the previous drive. As this Mustang crowd has shown up tonight, bearing down the cold. Berger drops back, passes, and that's way long. Intended for number 3, Callan Lucas, on the play, as it'll be 4th and 6 now for the Legacy Sabres.
Just kind of a quick back shoulder throw. He was trying to hit Lucas on, but sailed that one high and wide. No chance for Lucas to bring that in. So at 4th and 6, Cheyenne still has to be aware of the possibility of Legacy running a play, but we also know that Bergard can punt.
A lot of people being aggressive.
Now he's backing up. You got to figure it might be punt here, and it is.
That one was almost blocked in the front line there. I believe that's Irie.
Yep, Irie picks that up. Makes something positive out of it. Tristan, as we look around the state for the playoffs going on right now, Minot leads West Fargo 16-0. That one's at halftime. Bismarck leads Shanley 8-7. That's about halfway through the first. Davies and Mandan tied at 7 near the end of the first quarter. And then obviously we're scoreless here.
Minot and West Fargo starting at 6 p.m. tonight due to the long drive. So we'll try and update you on that score as the winner of that will face the winner of Davies and Mandan. Haas in motion. Olsen keeps it himself. Gets a gain of about 8. Gain of 6, excuse me.
Secondly, by number 52, Brett Miller. Second down and 4 from the 28.
2nd and 4 from their own 28. Olsen trying to draw something up for his team here. 2 left, 2 right. Schlichting behind him. So that's a pass to Haas. Gets a run off. Gets a gain of about 3, 4, maybe.
It was good run support by Carter Zins from Legacy. Haas put the shoulder down and went in hard.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Could hear that one up here. That hit.
Olsen trips right, passes off to Schlichting in the backfield. Schlichting's not going to get anything off of that, maybe one.
Legacy's done a good job on the perimeter so far. Has really not let Cheyenne get a lot outside. Biggest play of the game so far has been that crossing pattern from Caleb Haas that Olsen found him on, and a couple nice runs by Schlichting, but those have been right up the middle every time. Every time Cheyenne's gone to the perimeter here, Legacy has had someone in the correct position.
Maybe looking at a run play here as Olsen shotgun, snaps back, drops back. Long bomb.
Oh, just
out of the reach.
That
was number 4. That was Cash Gilseth.
Yeah. Good ball.
What a ball there by Caden Olsen.
And just off the fingertips. As Gilseth tries to haul it in on the run, doesn't stretch out for it. What was really nice, too, there was Olsen had all the time in the world to line that up and just barely misses Gilseth. So looks like Olsen not having a ton of trouble with the passing game here. And the wind is really not a factor tonight, pretty light.
Olsen, bad snap, no one with him as he drops back.
No, there was
that
a false
one will
start
be a
there.
False start.
Kind of a double clutch there by the center on that.
That'll back the Mustangs up some handful of yards.
They'll take them back 5, so 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 14. Got to figure, you got to get about, I would guess, 8 or 9 or 10 on this if you want to realistically have an opportunity to go for it on 4th. One good thing, barring an incomplete pass here, Cheyenne should be able to have the time between the quarters to talk about it a little bit.
Olsen gets it off, no one there.
Yeah.
Gilseth and Irie were in chase, but they were way out of reach.
Yeah. Over Irie and just too far away from Gilseth. Not sure which receiver he was going at, and that's going to bring up the first punt of the evening for the Mustangs.
Seemed like Irie took that slant turn on that, and I think Olsen expected him to keep going, as this will be the first punt of the night out of Gullix.
Ooh, not a good punt. I'm going to get a little bit of a Mustang roll, but
that was Kason Bernstein on the punt. I apologize.
maybe about a 25-yard net on that. Not great.
We have one more up here, too.
But you do flip the field position ever so slightly.
So 6 seconds left in the first quarter. As Bergerud will drop back, gets a long ball off, and that'll be incomplete.
Good job. Jamison Allen in good position, and that was thrown wide. There was no way
Lucas
for Lucas to bring that in. And so that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless. We'll start the second the way we started the first. Nobody scoring, and Legacy with the ball. Stick around. We'll be right back.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Welcome back, folks, as we are just back in time for action.
Better coverage on the better recognition by Cheyenne on that screen pass attempt from Bergerud there. As he kept giving ground, it became pretty obvious for the Cheyenne defensive line to understand what was going on there, and they stayed home, leading to the unsuccessful attempt. So that's going to bring 3rd and 10 for Legacy here early in the third. Mustang fans, Essentia Health is proud to be the premier sponsor of Mustang Media and partner with Cheyenne High School to make a healthy difference in the lives of the students and families we are privileged to serve. Essentia Health, like nowhere else.
We'll get a whistle.
That's going to be a timeout
from Legacy, I believe. So Legacy will burn their first timeout early in the second quarter here. Maybe not liking what they saw at the line.
Yeah, whatever it was, certainly it appeared that Coach Clements was not happy with whatever the issue was, and so called the quick timeout. Probably a smart choice, but always hate to burn those timeouts before you actually need to. So we look around the state in the 2A playoffs tonight. Red River all over St. Mary's 41-0 at halftime. Horace leads Jamestown 7-0 with 9 minutes to go in the third. Minot North and Devils Lake scoreless, and Valley City leads Wahpeton 7-6 with a couple minutes left in the first half.
Berger 3rd and 10. Trips left, no one right. Hands off, and he's dead. He's stopped dead right there at the line. Not quite sure who that was on the carry.
I
think that was Jama.
But it was Petchak who just took a great inside track, just blew past the tackle and got in the backfield. Nice job by Kate Petchak there, as Legacy showing real punt here for the first time tonight. The other two have just been kind of quick punts, but they are lined up for a punt here.
4th and 10 punt is up and down into the hands of Irie, I believe, as Irie gains a couple of yards there, gets down at about his own 35.
So Cheyenne with their third possession. To this point, nobody been able to cash in so far. I would say, Tristan, it's been Cheyenne that has, certainly had the most success offensively, especially on that opening possession. But then we're stopped on 4th down.
Olsen 2 left, 2 right. Schlichting behind him, hands off. Schlichting getting through the gap there and gains a gain of 6.
Well, Coach Newton's got to like 8 yards on first down. That really opens up the playbook. You can do a lot of different things here if you'd like. On 2nd and short.
Olsen sends Haas in motion, hands off. Or no, keeps it, excuse me.
There's that
pitch to Haas. And Haas will.
Good hard running by Caleb Haas. And we saw that earlier where Olsen decided to just tuck the ball up and run. And this time gives that pitch, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Showing a little, showing a little look. We don't see a ton from the Mustangs.
Olsen from midfield, shotgun snap. Gets it off to Haas right away, and Haas will have some room, and he's off. Haas getting down at about the 35.
Nice job of shedding that first tackle. Bennett Lawn had a really good opportunity at him, and little juke from Haas and put a foot in the ground and just took off. So Cheyenne getting a little bit of momentum here, a little rhythm going to that offense.
Olsen sends Haas in motion again.
He's going to hang
Olsen
on to it this
keeper.
time.
Olsen's free, And he gets brought down at about the 24.
That's what happens, Tristan, when you get some of these plays to start working. It makes that defense pause that half second to make sure they know where the ball is, and suddenly they were worried about Haas, who's got the ball on the last two plays. They worried about him with it, and suddenly Olsen's gone for about 15 yards.
Olsen hands off to Schlichting. Schlichting's just going to get stopped at the line there. Gets a gain of maybe 1. And I believe that's Irie a little slow to get up there, but we'll see what Olsen can do here now on the tip of the red zone. Two right, one left. Olsen or Schlichting behind him as he'll hand off, and that'll be a gain of maybe 5. Gain of 6.
Bring up 3rd and about 2. Good push up front by the offensive line.
Great job by the D-line of Legacy, too, not allowing too many gaps tonight. As
well, and playing, you know, that 4-man front, Cheyenne's done a fairly decent job.
This will be a pitch back, and that's Bernstein on the carry.
That was good thing Bernstein was heads up, because that was quick. Olsen turned and had someone in his lap and had to get rid of it right away. Good job by Bernstein hanging on to it, but really loses one on that. So that's going to be 3rd and 3.
Be 1st and 10, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1st and 10. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 11. Haas in motion, handoff to Schlichting, as Schlichting will be stopped by a horde of Sabres at the line. Brett Miller leading the charge on the tackle.
And this is where it gets difficult for Cheyenne. Most of their success coming up the middle. You get in the red zone like this, it's really nice if you can get to the edge, but Legacy's done such a nice job on the perimeter defensively, but it gets so clogged going up the middle that to this point, Cheyenne's having a little trouble here in the red zone trying to move the ball effectively.
Haas in motion once again. Olsen snap, handoff to Schlichting, gets through 1 and gets brought down at about the 3-yard line.
Kept the legs churning, and it is possible for Cheyenne to get a first down yet. At about the 1.5, just inside the 2. So it's going to be 3rd and about 2 here. 2.5.
Scott Olsen behind him. This will be a handoff to Herman and gets stopped at the line right there. Great recognition there by the Sabre, Thompson, who stopped Herman just dead in his tracks right there.
Well,
maybe let him get another
Braden
yard,
Olsen was the lead blocker there, but just missed where the guy was coming through. And that flex play can be really good, but you've got to know, you've got to pick up that that lead blocker has to pick up that defender, and if he doesn't, really hard as it comes to 4th and goal or 4th and 2 here.
Olsen will send Schlichting in motion. He'll keep it himself.
That should
stops him on the 1.
Should be enough for a first down.
Gets a first down. I believe he's on the 1.
Let's see. Yeah. Well.
So it'll be 1st and 1. 1st and inches.
1st and goal on the 1. They did get enough. It didn't look for certain from up here, but it was enough.
Olsen takes the snap, hands off to Herman. Herman's through and he's in.
Good recognition by Herman, cutting inside. That legacy flash.
Great job at finding the gap
Yeah,
right
really
there by Tate Herman.
Great recognition, good cut on a slippery field.
You know, and that's something we brought up earlier, is if weather was going to be a factor tonight, especially with how cold it is, along with the rain we got earlier today at about 2 o'clock, as Gullix will send the extra point and it'll be good. 7-0 Mustangs lead here in late second quarter. We'll take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks.
That I'd play football. I didn't know I'd go pro. I didn't even know if I'd get game time or score a touchdown. But there's one thing I always knew. That I'd never give up.
Welcome back, folks, to quarter number 2 here at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. The Mustangs lead at 7-0, just coming off the Tate Herman touchdown, along with the Gullix extra point.
A couple things about that sequence, Tristan. Again, great job by Herman seeing that inside lane, getting his foot in the ground and just cutting it up, getting the touchdown, and really that extra point, I think it was a fantastic job by Sully Irie. That was a high snap that he snagged and got down in time to not disrupt Gullix's rhythm on the kick. And so a 7-0 lead here for Cheyenne with 5:21 left here in this second quarter, first half.
Kicks back. Jolson on the carry, on the run, excuse me. And Jolson finally gets brought down there at about the 36, or 26, excuse me. Isaiah Lincoln on the tackle as that was a great job by Jolson there, kind of juking some defenders off, and finally gets brought down by a horde.
You know, that's where both kicks have gone, and he's done a decent job. He's got a little shake and bake to him and has made it difficult for Cheyenne to bring him down on both returns.
Berger drops back, gets the toss off.
But just that screen, nice job flying to the ball by the Mustangs there.
I believe that was number 14, Jolson again.
And I think that's going to be a loss of about 1.5. Says we're under 5 minutes here. You know, Cheyenne would love to get a quick stop. Maybe get one more crack at the end zone here and then get the ball back in the second half, or to start the second half. Be a great opportunity for a 2-for-1, but the clock continuing to run here.
Lucas in motion. Berger drops back, gets the handoff. That's Jama. Yusef Jama gets a gain of about 4. And that'll put him at 3rd and 6.
And obviously Jama is dangerous with almost 1,000 yards coming in. And the number of touchdowns, probably do not want to let him get wide if at all possible. Is this going to bring 3rd and 5?
Berger drops back. Gets a toss off to no one, really. Maybe slipped out of his hands there.
Well, hard to say. It was behind him. That was not a good pass. And that, you know, a couple things with that. It stops the clock at 3:49. Cheyenne with all 3 timeouts.
I believe that was intended for Sivak, as it was a ways behind him. So So
that's not a good
very
punt.
good pooch kick.
Oh,
And that'll be a legacy ball off the tip of Olsen.
Brayton Olsen touched it. I don't know if he decided to try and field it. Thought maybe he could do something with it. He was just getting out of the way, and it took that bounce right into him. You know, that's the old poison call there. You got to be out in poison. Everyone's got to get out of there, and Olsen did his best, but that's going to give new life to Legacy near midfield with 3:40 to go.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sabres from the 47. Berger shotgun snap, drops back, gets the toss off.
Oh, there we go.
And that's intercepted. Tommy Levine. He's off and gets to maybe the 38.
36, I think. Tommy Levine, Mr. Turnover. The last 2 home games, that's 3 times. He has come up with either an interception or a fumble return or fumble recovery, as he is right in the spot. And that one looked like the ball got on the receiver quickly. And we talked, Tristan, about that ball was a little slippery. It's hard because of the cold weather. And if you're not ready for it, that could cause problems. And good job by Levine. Really, it just kind of came right to him. He didn't have to move. But good job by Tommy hauling it in.
Pass was intended for Ruff, and Ruff just kind of had to jump a little too high for his liking on that, as we'll see Olsen draw something up here from the 36, drops back, deep ball intended for Irie, and it's out of Irie's reach.
Irie running a post, coming flatter across the field, and Olsen throwing it upfield.
Great pass off of Olsen, though, especially with how cold it is. You know,
well, yeah,
talked about that so much, and especially with the with how damp it is out there from the rain too this morning.
The pass was good, but it just, again, it was Irie running kind of one type of route and Olsen throwing a different type of pass. But there was no doubt Irie was open, and that one could have connected. That would have been huge for the Mustangs. So now 2nd down.
That one gets to Haas, I believe.
Good job by Haas.
Caleb Haas broke free there for a second, gets a gain of about 6.
Haas being a major contributor tonight on offense.
Just see on your replay there, Haas stopped as soon as Irie made collision with the Sabre there, and just great recognition off of him.
So just under 3, all 3 timeouts remaining for Cheyenne, 3rd and 2.
So we'll see Olsen keep it here as
he's not going to get there.
Reaches out, doesn't get there, but it'll be 3rd and inches.
4th and inches.
4th and inches, excuse me.
4th and about 1.
So 2:27 or 2:25 as the clock's ticking down here in the 2nd quarter.
Cheyenne not in a rush.
4th and 1. We've seen them be aggressive on these 4th downs. Granted, this one is on the other end of the field, unlike we saw earlier. As Olsen has 2 right, 2 left. Schlichting next to him. Schlichting's in motion. Olsen will keep it himself, attempt, and he will
And I
be
think he's going to be stopped. I think that's going to be short, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
There was about 3 Sabres there, as you see on your replay right now, that just had eyes locked on Olsen.
Legacy not fooled on that. So under 2 to go. Not a lot of time for Legacy, but certainly they're grateful for the opportunity to have one more crack at this before halftime. Would think Bergerud's going to have to air this out at least a couple of times.
Yeah.
Bergerud's got 2 left. That's Jama on the carry. Gets to the line.
Yeah. I don't know, on the road, Tristan, Down 7, know that you're giving the ball back to Cheyenne to start the second half. I think I'm tempted to, I've got to take one shot, some kind of shot down the field. I don't think I want to go in down 7-0 and giving the ball back to Cheyenne.
Cheyenne is playing.
Here we go, 4 wide. Oh, Jama comes back.
Jama in motion, handoff once again, and he'll lose about 2.
Not fooled at all. I think if I'm Coach Newton, I want to start burning my timeouts here on defense. Yeah, that wasted about 7-8 seconds there. You know, if that's what they were going to run on second down, I think that's when I start burning my timeouts right away and see if I can't get one more opportunity.
You know, and like you said, Wolf, Burgard, this is kind of the chance to where you would want to air it out, especially giving the ball back to the Mustangs to kick off the second half. I mean, I don't really – maybe
I know it's playing smart and playing percentages, but this is the playoffs. This isn't just another regular season game. You know, you're going to have to go for it at some point, some opportunity in the game, and I think it's worth at least a shot to try and throw something long, or you know, maybe some kind of trick play or something like that.
And this is a time of the year where teams are more likely to go for fourth downs, especially, you know, in a scenario like this where, or this exact scenario basically, where Legacy's down 7-0, giving the ball back to the Mustangs in second half as Bergerud. We'll see what he does here. That was a false start on the side. That was number 3, Callum Lucas, I believe. Lucas just took a hard jump.
Now at 3rd and 16, now I think my thinking changes a little, where you say, okay, you know, let's make Cheyenne burn another timeout right now. Hopefully get a decent punt and leave them less than a minute.
You know, and like we talked about with the Olsen tip last time, almost everyone yelled poison, and either that or try and get a catch off of it or something, and we'll see Bergard stay out as they are
now they've got some heat on him.
Coming off, and there's a flag, and that's
going to be a hold. Got to be a hold from where that came in. Yeah, Coach Newton's going to decline that. Yeah. Yeah, just, you know, as that pursuit was coming, you knew someone was getting a fistful of jersey there trying to slow it down. And so the good thing for Cheyenne, now you stop the clock on a penalty. There's no gain by Legacy, and they're punting. You save a timeout, and you're going to get the ball at about midfield with about 45 seconds left.
4th and 16, good kick. Nice little tomahawk there, as that's one
good job by Irie.
And Irie gets to maybe
it's the 35.
35.
That's a good return, solid return. Way to come up and field that one by Sully Irie. If you let that bounce, that could have taken a big Legacy bounce, and now you're 35 yards further back. But with 44 seconds and 2 timeouts, why not, right? Got to go for something here.
So,
and this is always, you know, every team's got a couple plays, couple special tweaks, couple special twists. Do you show it round 1 of the playoffs? Do you keep it in your back pocket until later on? Or do you say, hey, this is too important, scoring here, and we can move on? We'll see what Cheyenne does.
Olsen's got 2 right, 1 left. Olsen drops back, gets the toss off. That's Schlichting on the reception, gets a gain. He'll get the first down, and maybe some change on that.
That looked like it had the potential for something big. Decent job there by Legacy on the pursuit there. That could have been, and it was a first down, but that could have been even bigger for Cheyenne.
Gets a pass off right away. It won't be good. So it's incomplete. So 24 seconds left to go here in the first half. Very good chance for the Mustangs to go up 14-0 here.
This is one you don't have to go for the end zone yet. You still have those 2 timeouts in your pocket. You can go across the middle with this and get that timeout right away and still have an opportunity to throw once or twice into the end zone.
Olsen's got 2 right, 2 left. Drops back, fakes the handoff. Olsen a power bomb right up the middle, and that
and
one's
he got
almost
lucky.
intercepted.
That was
My
read
goodness.
the entire way by Bennett Lawn. He saw that the whole way and stepped in front. Don't know that he would have taken it to the house or anything, but he saw that coming the entire way.
Lawn really frustrated after not getting that interception, as you saw in your replay there. But
so once again, you know, Cheyenne can go anywhere with this with 2 timeouts and do just about whatever you want here.
3rd and 10 from the 25. Olsen drops back, gets a
that
pass
one-
off, and that'll be incomplete due to the turf there.
Well, and I think that had to be in the air as Sully came out of his break. Caden held it too long, and by that time the window was too small. That just had to be in the air if he was going to let that one go. So now it's 4th and 10 at 13 seconds. Again, 2 timeouts. A first down is just fine.
Olsen's got Irie on his left, 2 right, Schlichting next to him. Drops back, gets to Irie, and Sully will not get a gain on that.
Really nice job there by Ben Watson. Just kind of picking his way through the blocking and just not letting Irie out of there. So at 7 seconds, Legacy, you know, I don't know how many 75-yard plays you have in your game plan or in your repertoire. This might be take a knee, let's get out of here. Try and make some adjustments at halftime. Yes, Cheyenne gets the ball to start the second half, but you know what? That's okay. We're still only down 1 score at this point. Let's see. I think they're just going to take a knee. Yep. And that'll take us to the end of the first half.
So the Mustangs coming out on top out of the first half. Your score, Cheyenne 7, Legacy nothing. So with that, we'll take a short break for halftime. Be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's a good one.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, yes, I think so.
I didn't know that I'd play football. I didn't know I'd go pro. I didn't even know if I'd get game time or score a touchdown. But there's one thing I always knew. That I'd never give up.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Welcome back, folks, for half number 2 here at Essentia Health Mustang Stadium, home of your Cheyenne Mustangs. The Mustangs lead the Bismarck Legacy Sabres 7-0 here in this quarterfinal matchup for the road to the Dakota Bowl, as you see on your screen right now. Dan Wolf's got some scores around the league for you folks right now.
The number 1 seed in the bracket, Minot, defeats West Fargo High 23-0 tonight up in Minot. We know, obviously, Cheyenne leading 7-0 here. Number 3 seed, Fargo Davies, in a good one against Mandan, 14 all at halftime. And, Tristan, we saw one of the most exciting games that you will see as a high school football fan in that Cheyenne and Mandan game earlier this year here at Essentia Health Stadium. And then the number 4 seed, Bismarck, is up 22-7 on Shanley as they approach halftime. If we look, I'm just going to quick update on the 2A scores. Grand Forks Red River beating St. Mary's with only 4 minutes left in the game, 41-13. Horace, 14-0 lead with about 6 minutes left in the game against Jamestown. Minot North up 14-0 on Devil's Lake as they approach halftime, and almost halftime in Wahpeton, and Wahpeton leads, or at Valley City, sorry, Wahpeton leads Valley City 34-14.
So fans who are coming out, the Mustangs are coming out to the field, obviously being up 7-0 off the Tate Herman touchdown, kind of late in first quarter, if I remember right.
No, that was second quarter.
Early second quarter, excuse me.
Yep.
So, you know, like we looked at earlier, the last time these two faced was all the way back in 2023 when they were at Legacy and Cheyenne defeated them 41-7. Obviously, two very different teams at the time. And then the last time we actually lost to Legacy was way back in 2017 when it was 44-42, bringing that up again. And fans, that history is brought to you by Essentia Health. Essentia Healthcare close to home.
I think Cheyenne comes out to warm up here a little bit in the chilly November night. If you're Coach Newton talking at halftime, I don't think that you want to make a lot of tweaks to what you've been doing. Maybe a little sharper on execution. It would be awfully nice to get points out of this first possession, and bonus points if you can possess the ball for a good 6-8 minutes of the quarter would be a fantastic way to start half number 2. For Legacy, they've had some chances, but they just have not been very consistent offensively. They've had a few penalties that have hurt themselves, and they really haven't gotten the passing game on track tonight, not nearly as well as Cheyenne has. And so Legacy has some work here to do. Down a score and giving up the ball to start the second half. They're going to have to find a way to get a stop and see if they can get a score. And, Cheyenne can get some points on the board here to start the second half. Being down 2 scores on the road with maybe half of the quarter gone, that puts a lot of heat on the Sabres.
So, as you just heard, Minot coming out of the West Fargo Minot matchup at 6 p.m. up north today with a win against West Fargo High. This side of the bracket, updated scores, obviously the Cheyenne and Legacy game. Cheyenne leads this one 7-0 coming out of halftime, and I believe, Wolf, you just said BHS and the Shanley game, BHS is winning that one?
Yes, Bismarck High is winning, and of course Bismarck High, one of the 2 teams to defeat Cheyenne in the regular season. Of course, that one was out in Bismarck at the Community Bowl, and should both teams win and square off again here this year, it would be here at Cheyenne. But, again, you got a half of football to play. You have a lot of time to think about it the rest of the week to prepare, so you got to take care of what you need to do right now.
And like you said, Wolf, Bismarck High being that familiar foe from last year's playoffs, I believe in the first round it was.
And, the reality, Tristan, is there's so few teams in the 3A system, they're the class in North Dakota, that there's really there's not many teams that you do not play against.
So we are about set for second half action.
Fans, North Dakota State University offers a different kind of education. Classroom knowledge comes to life through hands-on experience, which sets students apart and prepares them for successful lives and careers. The best way to learn about NDSU is to take a tour. Schedule yours at ndsu.edu/visit.
Kai Schlichting in the backfield, deep to receive, as we are underway here in the second half, as that was a tomahawk straight down the line and will go out for...
That's not how you want to start if you're Mandan giving the ball to Cheyenne at...
Legacy giving the ball to Cheyenne.
You're all right. Legacy giving the ball to Cheyenne. I think it's the 35, or is it the 30 in high school? I want to say 35.
I think it's the 35.
Yeah, that's not exactly how you want to get things started.
Yep, it'll be 35-yard line for the Mustangs here, as they deferred off the win of the coin toss earlier tonight, and Olsen now will see some second half action, as that is
that's
Wilson, I believe, coming Allen all the way over, as Schlichting gets this one and gets about the 40.
Little swing pass. Schlichting turns on the Jets. Can't quite get around the corner, but picks up about 4 on that one.
2nd and 6 for the Mustangs here. Kickoff half number 2 here. And Olsen will take the snap, toss over to
That was Haas. Couldn't pull that one in. Tris, I'm always a fan of, I don't know, trying to change something up a little bit at halftime. Maybe if you're Cheyenne, go with a little tempo. Go, call a couple plays in the huddle and go no huddle for a little bit. Just something that gives Legacy something to think about.
There was
even if it's not something you want to stay with, just think about it.
Olsen gets the pass off to Irie. Irie breaks free.
Kate Petchak was plowing the road there on that one. He was out there and pushing guys around. I'll give credit to Brody Weigel there for the Sabres. He had to come up and take on Petchak, but Petchak was not going to be denied on that one. So they moved the sticks.
Olsen sends Bernstein in motion and keeps it himself. Pitch to Bernstein. Bernstein breaks free, gets a couple of yards, gets to about the 35.
This is the third or fourth time they've run that. Easily the most successful play off of that look all day, that pitch option. And the first time that they've run it tonight, Olsen decided to tuck it and go inside and really got nothing, and it's been a pitch every other time. And, that's a good job by the defensive end for the Sabres staying home and forcing that pitch. But this time, just really good jets there by Bernstein and just really gouged Legacy on that one.
Olsen's trips left, one right. Olsen gets a toss off, and that's going to be – that has to be pass interference.
Well, he was going for the ball, and a defender has every right to the ball that the receiver does. Yeah, there was contact before, but it was
maybe caught him off guard a little bit. He was kind of behind him. I believe that was Lon there coming in as.
Hey, was it Sully that was looking for the ball there, or
just made a collision course? It looked like it might have been a pass interference, but Lon was coming the other way and going with Sully there, I believe.
So I think what helped Lon out there was that he was playing the ball and he was not, as we see Olsen, little fake and on the jet sweep, and then just tucking it up and running. But I think for Lon, he was going after the ball and not going after the receiver, and I think that was probably the difference for the referees in that he was making his play on the ball.
Just happened to collide there with Irie. So, one thing I've noticed too, Wolf, with the last couple plays, Braden Lean has to be really careful on his jumps because he kind of storms the line and then gets really close, as Schlichting will keep this one.
Good job, move the chains again.
Moving the chains.
And we have seen Cheyenne come out about a 50-50 mix run pass here to start the second half. So that is a little bit of a switch up from what we saw in the first half. Perhaps Coach Newton thinking that they can take advantage of something they saw in the first half against Legacy, putting the ball in the air a little bit more than they did in the first half.
Olsen's going to have the ball in the 25, shotgun, snap. Hand it off to Schlichting, and Schlichting's drawn back. As
nice job by Legacy that time.
3 or 4 Legacy Sabres there. Gavin Gwynn leading the charge. Kind of dragging Schlichting back a couple yards there before the ref blew the whistle. As Mustangs still hold their 7-0 lead here midway through the third quarter. Caden Olsen has 2 right, 1 left. Schlichting behind him. And that'll be a gain of maybe 1 or 2.
Slips at one. Braden Lean had a chance at him in the backfield, but Schlichting past him, gets a couple. Bring 3rd and 8 here.
You know, and like we talked about earlier, Walt, those 4th and 3rd down territories, a lot more teams become more aggressive with it in the playoffs just to get that upper edge, as that could make or break an entire quarter, as this one's recepted by Irie, and Irie breaks free, and he's in! Touchdown, Mustangs!
Really nice slant play, delivered on time, and that was kind of a mental mistake there by Weigel, kind of still going for the ball instead of trying to wrap up Sully, and then Sully put a little juke on and takes it in the rest of the way. And that's exactly what Cheyenne was going to hope for, that opportunity for a score on the opening possession. Probably didn't possess it maybe as long as they might have wanted, but to go up 2 scores here at home in the playoffs with a defense that's playing well is a really good thing, and that one is good by Gullix.
So Michael Gullix and Sully Irie make it 14-0 here midway through the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Welcome back, folks. Off of the Irie touchdown, and the Gullix extra point makes it a 14-0 game here against the Legacy Sabres midway through the 3rd quarter.
So this is that pressure you want to put on Legacy. You want to make them feel like, you know, and 14 points to this point must seem like about 21 or 28, because they haven't even been close yet tonight in terms of having an opportunity to score. And we talked about complementary football a little bit at the opening as a key to the game. This would be a great time for the defense to come up big.
That one's recepted deep in the backfield. That was number 14, Jack Jolson, on the reception, on the return, excuse me. Jolson gets a gain of about 10 or so off of the original spot. Sabres 1st and 10 from the 34. We'll see what the Mustang defense draws up, as they have come up huge in past weeks here at home. Especially in that Davies game. Both defenses were on fire that night, as Berger sends Jama in motion. Jama gets a handoff there, and that'll be a gain of maybe 3.
Okay run to get things going for Legacy here. I think they just got to get some flow going in their offense. Every time they've seemed to do that in the first half, then an ill-timed penalty would happen, and that would back them up, or they'd have some pressure from Cheyenne on Bergerud, and he would have an incompletion. There's another run.
Hand off to Jama, gets a gain of about 2,
about another
maybe 3.
Yeah.
So that'll put him third, excuse me, and about 4.
3rd and manageable.
You know, decent gains.
Yeah, they are, and you got to be careful for your Legacy not getting that feeling that you have to get all 14 points back at once. Lots of time left in this one, multiple possessions left. You just need to have a positive, a good, solid drive that you put together here. You don't have to go for something big right away, and there look like they're
Jama
gonna
handoff as he breaks free and gets a gain of maybe 15, 16 there.
So they've looks like they're going to make that commitment here early on to running the ball. And good job by the Legacy offensive line. They manhandle the Mustangs up front, opened up big running lanes for Jama.
Great job by Benzie to kind of back check on that and get to Jama as he broke free behind him. So
at this point, this is where you need, Caden Olson or Braden Olson, Cade Petchak, one of the guys on defense to make something happen here. And
Berger drops back. That toss.
Oh, boy.
Well,
tipped, but still almost completed.
Intended for Lucas.
They flushed Berger. Berger probably could have run and gotten something out of that.
I don't know if Lucas slipped there or what it was. As we'll see a 2nd and 10 from the Legacy Sabres here. One right, one left. Jama next to Berger. Berger drops back. Throws
good
it off.
recognition. Great recognition.
Great
That was
there.
how the game started. That screen pass there. And look at that. You can see the
Brennan Gable almost got an interception.
I was
going to
say, you could see that defensive line recognizing that and retreating, and a great job there.
I think Gable was going to rush Bergerud on that, and he kind of just stopped and took a turn and almost got his hands on it.
So now this puts Legacy in that kind of awkward position again, 3rd and 12.
Trips right for Berger, drops back.
Oh, and Petchak's got him.
Petchak sacks.
Oh.
Berger, and that'll be a flag. There's a flag on the play.
They're going to, maybe call a personal foul on that. From our angle, it was really hard to see that there was anything with that.
I think
hit.
they'll say it's a face mask.
Okay, now we pointed at they're calling it on Mandan. Someone must have got Petchak coming around. They must have gotten a hold of the face mask. And that's no, they did move it.
Yeah.
Okay. They looked like they were going back the opposite direction, so they must have gotten Petchak on that.
Petchak just put his arms out and kind of tossed him back a ways, and I think he might have just got too much of the helmet on that instead of the shoulders. As that's a high snap, gets it off, but that's really low, and it'll be incomplete. As you watch the replay here, that was just a very high snap off the center. And now it's...
it was catchable, but it was low.
Intended for Jolson and just too low off of the hands of Bergerud. And
so at 4th and about 7 here. We'll see if Bergerud backs up for the quick kick, or if now he's backing up. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but
that's a high punt.
Poison, get out of there.
That's
okay.
Out.
And out of bounds.
That was almost up in the lights.
Yeah, that was. It can be a really effective weapon when you have a quarterback that can do that, but Bergerud's certainly unhappy with himself with that punt.
Another great thing that's not as much playing a factor tonight, but the wind would have been insane if it was up a ways with that one.
Well, that game against Mandan 2 weeks ago with the amount of wind that there was, not much wind, and I'm sure the fans are thankful for that with the temps tonight.
So
Schlichting inside, going to pick up a couple. As we're winding down on 4 minutes, I think, if you're Coach Newton, you're maybe thinking, we would love to, if nothing else, flip the field, but it would be great to get one more score on this, but probably a little more conservative now here, not wanting to get real dangerous with any types of passes, anything like that, where you feel like you're letting Legacy back into this game because they're frustrated at this point.
Olsen passes over to Haas. Haas got some room. Haas
Boy.
broke free off of a couple there and gets a gain for a first down.
Haas has played really well tonight. Good block there by Sully Irie, but you know, there's been a handful of times that Haas has made guys miss tonight. Just being shifty out there and keeping those legs pumping and getting yardage.
So they'll have a 1st and 10 from about the 39. Olsen's got 2 left, 2 right. Schlichting next to him. Sends Allen in motion. Allen blocks. Schlichting runs up that gap and gets a gain of 6.
That's a good way to do it. That clock just keep continuing to burn, eating up this third quarter. And again, 2nd and 4 means you have a lot of options at your disposal, a lot of things you could try and do with this play. Wouldn't be shocked to see Coach Newton, though, just continue to keep it on the ground because Legacy not really showing that consistently they can stop the run here tonight. There goes
Olsen
to
hands off to
Schlichting.
Schlichting, gets a gain and a first down.
I mean, that's like stealing right there, Tristan. If you can knock out 5-6 yards a carry, keep moving the chains and burn the clock, that's what you're going to want to try and do.
So that'll put us to another 1st and 10 here from Legacy's 49. And Olsen will come out of the huddle, Schlichting behind him now. 2 left, 2 right. Fakes the handoff. Deep ball. And a lot of fans want pass interference on that, but I think he looked up just in time. Cash Gilseth was the intended receiver on that.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know that was really a catchable ball. It maybe didn't really have rise to that level of interference on that. Actually looked like on this side of the field, he maybe had an opportunity. I think Maddox Weigel would have been able or been in position, or I don't know who the receiver was, but on the near side would have had an opportunity as Schlichting picks his way for about 2 on that. So that's going to bring 3rd and 8.
We saw that same play, kind of sent Allen in motion there and just ran up to pave a way through the line and just couldn't get through it, as we'll see how we do here on 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. Mustangs leading this one 14-0, coming off the touchdown from Irie and Herman, I believe. As Olsen gets one to Irie. Irie breaks 1 and almost got by 2 there as he gets a gain of maybe 1.
So about 4th and 4 here.
Ben Watson on the tackle as Irie takes a sec to tie his shoe. 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter as Olsen has.
This would be big for Cheyenne if they can convert on 4th down here.
Irie on the left, 2 right, Schlichting next to him. Olsen drops back, sends one over to Irie. Irie's caught.
Good, just a little out right there. Quick pass. It's almost like a good run. High percentage. Olsen saw that all the way.
As we have 12 seconds now off the stoppage of the clock.
Yeah,
Irie did get out of bounds on that, so.
Probably the last play of the 3rd quarter here. barring an incomplete pass, and I would guess
Olsen gets one to Allen. Allen breaks free on that far side and runs into the marker.
it's dangerous out there for the chain gang. There's a bent. We're going to try and see if we can fix the chains there, as that is bent up.
As
That's going to lead to a stoppage here.
Have an equipment timeout, excuse me.
I think they might have better luck laying it flat and seeing if they can figure something out.
Oh no. So we'll take a timeout, short break. Mustangs lead at 14-0. We'll take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's a good one.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Welcome back, folks, after the equipment timeout here in late third quarter. As Allen ran into the chain gang guy. And
good job there by Legacy, pulling Schlichting down. Minimal gain.
That'll take us to the end of the third quarter.
Well, Cheyenne leads 14-0 as we move to the fourth quarter. They're driving, hoping to add to the lead. Stick around. We'll be back, show you what the fourth quarter has for us.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him was because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Fans, we want to thank Essentia Health for being the proud sponsor of our Cheyenne High School's Mustang Media team in this broadcast. Essentia Health, care close to home. So as we look around the playoffs, it looks like at this point it might be a sweep for the top seeds in the playoffs tonight. We know Minot already defeated West Fargo 23-0. Bismarck leads Shanley 28-7. They're early in the third. Davies in the fourth quarter leads Mandan 28-14. And, of course, Cheyenne here up 14-0. All four top seeds leading or have won tonight.
Olsen sends Allen in motion.
He's got him.
Deep ball.
There it is.
Caught.
They finally
That's
got
Caleb
that
Haas
one.
On the reception.
Haas, fantastic game tonight. That RPO, that little fake to Schlichting, and Legacy's seen that time and time and time again tonight. Got everyone to bite on that. Froze that D-back. Haas runs past him, and there it is. That third score.
Michael Golick's back on a kick here for the Mustangs. Golick's kick is up, and it'll be good.
Yep.
Mustangs taking a 21-0 lead here, early fourth quarter, and Haas with his second touchdown on the night, I believe, or first, excuse me.
But
Coming
huge
back
game
off
for
of injury.
huge game for Haas. How happy are the Mustangs to have him back after the injury earlier this year? And this this is going to be tough now for Legacy, for a team that really hasn't gotten anything good going all night in terms of consistency. You're now down 3 scores in 12 minutes. You only have maybe the 3 possessions left. You almost have to score in every one of them, and maybe time to open the playbook a little bit, or maybe try some things, take some chances here, or there may only be 11:54 left in your season.
Haas, Herman, and Irie, the 3 touchdowns for the Mustangs tonight. As
we'll see if Gullix goes back to Julson again. That's where he's gone with every kick thus far. And same place once again.
Julson gets a solid runoff there.
Yeah, good return, almost out to the 40. So good starting position. But Legacy's going to have to start making something happen here. So Mustang player down for just a second there, but looks like everybody's okay. So trips left to start. They've run this kind of wide receiver screen a couple times out of this look tonight.
Berger sends Lucas in motion, drops back, passes off, and caught by number 20, Camden Kuiman.
Good job there. That's what Legacy's going to need. They're going to have to keep the ball advancing up the field, and probably can't take a ton of time between each play.
So
this might be an opportunity for the Cheyenne defensive line to kind of pin their ears back and start going after him here. We saw Petchak get to him once, called for a face mask on it. Good job.
That's a handoff to Jama, and he's
going to lose 2 or 3 on that.
In his tracks. Great job. I believe that was Olsen.
Braden Olsen came
charge.
Up. Yeah, then Brennan Gable finished him off, but it was Olsen who slowed him down, shooting the gap from his linebacker position. Good recognition there by Olsen.
So they did get a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 3 here.
There's that was. Is that Gable that got that?
That was Brennan Gable.
There's that little tweak, right? The little specialty play, but does not fool Gable at all. He almost was in position to get the second handoff on that reverse.
So it'll be 4th and 7 now for the Sabres, as we'll see Bergerud drop back, deep ball, and that one's out.
That's out of bounds.
That
wasn't catchable. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Give credit to Legacy. At least they opened it up a little bit. They tried some things that they hadn't done before. But this is going to give Cheyenne a short field and a chance to add to that 21-0 lead. Now it becomes about ball security for Cheyenne. You want to make sure you're wrapping up with 2 hands every time that you're getting tackled. Can't afford a turnover here. And we talked about complementary football at the beginning of this, Tristan, and here's an opportunity for that. Defense comes up big. Here's a chance for the offense to strike and do something with it.
Olsen drops back, gets the pass off. I believe that's Bernstein on the far side.
Good gain of 5. 2nd and medium.
Carter Zen's recognizing that one, getting the tackle. As
but only after a gain of 6 there by Bernstein.
We'll have 2nd and 4 now for the Mustangs here. 21-0 lead here, about midway through the 4th. And so Olsen will have 2 right, 2 left. Hands off to Schlichting. Schlichting breaks free. Gets a gain of about 13 on that one, or 11.
And I think, that Legacy defense has been out there a lot tonight, and I think, that's starting to take its toll a little bit. That defense is tired out there, and this is when you want to get in behind that starting offensive line and just kind of grind away time, grind away yards, as we're under 9 now to go in the game. Also, I think if you're Cheyenne, you want to take this play clock down to about 5 every time. There's no need to rush and snapping the ball. Just time is your friend and the enemy of Legacy right now.
Olsen hands off to Schlichting again. Schlichting tries to break through the gap and just gets a gain of maybe 2 or 3. Stopped by Watson there. As, like you said, Wolf, no rush right now, especially. Get the hands around the ball and just make sure you're secured.
Yeah. Ball protection and just keep eating clock and eating yards.
So this will be another handoff to Schlichting. Schlichting finds the gap and he's free and a touchdown.
Yeah, just Legacy tired at this point. Great blocking up front. And then it was all Schlichting. Little cut back to the inside and just hits the gas, gets downhill, and that's going to be that.
It was a great block there by Brody Shorbringer on that left side, or on the right side, excuse me. It would have been
sealing that off.
And just creating that main lane there for Schlichting as he got in and will collect another touchdown for the Mustangs as they make it 27-0, and Gullix, will make it 28.
4-score lead, yeah.
Mustangs lead it 28-0 midway through the 4th. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's a good one.
Fans, discover the experience that awaits at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison community where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Engage with faculty and industry experts and create unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. See for yourself. Schedule a tour at ndsu.edu/visit.
Kick over once again.
Good job by Julson, just not going over. The ball came out, and Cheyenne has it. You want to give credit to Julson trying to make something happen, but it looked like it was Caden Olsen that got in there, or Braden Olsen, sorry, that kind of got him from behind. Pop that out of there.
At this point, Legacy just looks tired. Wolf.
They do. It's been a long game.
It's been a long ride to here, and it's cold.
But this defense has been on the field a lot, especially in the second half, and just no chance to recuperate. And with 7:37, again, Cheyenne doesn't need to worry about trying to score. And, in fact, we're seeing some guys out here that we don't normally see, as Visness is on now at quarterback. Enoch Arukatin, just, good job, ball security, 2 hands on the ball. And it's always fun when you can let some of these younger guys get a taste of playoff football. Yeah, the game's in hand and all of that, but still something you can tell people about, that you got to play in this game. And a well-deserved rest. You get out of the game without any injuries. And as I think about it, Tristan, just Petchak's face mask, the only penalty against Cheyenne tonight. Is that correct?
I think you're right,
I
Wolf.
think that's the only one I remember. Played a really clean game. And again, we talked about how those first half penalties for Legacy really impacted some of their drives and kind of took them out of the play calling position they wanted to be in, an opportunity to kind of be able to run the plays that they would want, forcing them to punt.
I believe the Mustangs had a false start in the first quarter.
Do they have one?
I think they had one. It was very early on.
But really clean after we saw against Davies the number of times that encroachment by Cheyenne. And obviously Davies runs a different type of offense than Legacy does. As we're going to see the punt squad on here. But you ran time off the clock. That's all you needed to do. The pressure is all on Legacy. If you're Legacy, you got to go after this punt, right? You got to bring everybody up, and you got to try and get it if you can. You got to do something if you're going to have a chance, and they come, but no opportunity to.
That was a great punt. Great job by
Boy.
Olsen there.
Well, it was. Wow. I thought he called for a fair catch and then ran after it. No penalty called, but it looked like he had signaled for a fair catch and then took off afterwards. But at 28-0 and refs are cold too, they just want to get this one over, I'm guessing.
So,
again, a lot of guys getting some playing time here for the Mustangs and, for that matter, for Legacy.
drops back, gets a gain of maybe 2 or 3 there off of Lang. So, about 5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Legacy Sabres. Down 28-0 here as we'll get a snap and a keep and get a gain of about 9 for a possible first down off of Bergerud.
And he's
down.
He's
getting up slowly.
Looks like he's gonna. Is he gonna stay in there?
Maybe
No, he's gonna come off.
Possible cramp.
I think that was on the hit. So just updating the scores here. Bismarck 35-7 now up on Shanley with 6 minutes left in the third. Davies leads Mandan 28-14. They're at about the same point in the game as we are, about midway through the fourth quarter. Obviously here, 28-0 here, and Minot defeated the Packers from West Fargo 23-0 earlier tonight. So reset the game clock here, I think, because of the injury, and then wound on the whistle. Brody Weigel on to be quarterback.
I was laying on the run.
Bergerud comes back now. Or if that's
Mamadi Dor on the tackle there. As
still got Weigel in the backfield here.
We'll see the second play out of Weigel. That's a handoff. As he breaks free. And the Sabres will get a solid gain.
I think that was Connor Lang there, senior running back. That's easily the longest gain for the Sabres tonight. But as it comes with 3.5 minutes to go, under 3.5, those things are going to be bound to happen when you have some younger guys on the field here. Still valuable experience and time being in the game here. And that's going to be a timeout for the Sabres, whereas we're under 3 with 2:55 to go. Mustangs lead 28-0. Stick around. This one's just about over. Come on back to see how it turns out. Something.
Welcome back, folks, for the ending of quarter 4 here. The Mustangs up on the Legacy Sabres 28-0, as this one is about over. Maybe Legacy's second or last drive here. As Brody Weigel will still be on the field, and that one's incomplete.
That was a really good pass.
Great passes off of all quarterbacks tonight.
That was really well done, right in the breadbasket, but just unable to be hauled in.
So
I think that was Sivak that was intended for, and really was there. Probably could have been caught, but brings up 2nd and 10.
Weigel shotgun snap, hands off.
And that was that same play.
And there he goes. Lane gets brought down after a gain of maybe 20.
Yeah, that was same play that he broke off the earlier one on. So best field position, I think, of the night for Legacy, which says something when you're coming under 2.5 to go here in the game, and it's the first time that they've reached as deep into Mustang territory as the 30-yard line. They certainly haven't reached the red zone tonight.
As that he is brought down there. Weigel's brought down in the backfield.
I think that was Braden Seville. Good job. Kind of held on for dear life and brings Weigel down.
Bring up a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12 with 1:54 left to go and counting. As Weigel drops back, deep ball in chase, and it's incomplete. That was a great pass by Brody Weigel.
Actually, I thought for a second that Jamison Allen had kind of pulled that one down. Got it at the high point, but just couldn't haul it in for the interception.
Intended for Lucas. So Weigel try and get something going here off of 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap, drops back. Gets a pass off and just a little low.
That was the first low one that he's thrown here tonight. And, nice job by Weigel coming in after the injury to Bergrud. Probably not planning to play quarterback tonight, but stepping in and doing a good job as 4th and 12. Legacy needs to convert here to have any chance of getting some points on the board here before the end of the game.
Intended for Juleson on that one, as just a hair too low. We'll see what Weigel drops up here. Drops back. Roll out pass. Little.
So with 128, should be just maybe 3 kneel downs. I doubt that Legacy's going to try and use their timeouts here. See if Visness just going to take a knee or if they're going to hand it off here.
Visness will hand off to Rukatan. Or excuse.
Yep.
Yep. That was Fambula on the carry. I apologize.
But good ball protection. Again, you know, Visness is smart. He's going to run this down to about 5 seconds if he can before handing this off. Get that play clock as close to 0 as you possibly can.
Mustangs almost just want to run this one down like you said.
It's about a 9-second differential here between. Well, there he's going to take the knee.
Visness will take a knee.
And that'll do it.
So
Cheyenne does not have to run another play. And so Cheyenne comes up huge tonight, Tristan. Pitches the 28-0 shutout. I don't know why we're lining up there again. We don't need to. 21 on the play clock and 17 on the game clock. So nice job by the Mustangs tonight. Fantastic job by Caleb Haas, returning from injury, being a difference maker in the game. And as we look at those scores, just one last wrap up on terms of looking at scores. Again, Minot defeated West Fargo 23-0. Bismarck continues to lead Shanley 35-7 as that one's almost at the end of the third. Davies leads Mandan 35-14, which that's about 2 minutes left in the fourth. And then the final here is 28-0. So next week, Minot and Davies are going to face off, while Bismarck and Cheyenne will face off.
So as you look at your Road to the Dakota Bowl bracket, Wolf, like you said, Bismarck High will be playing at Cheyenne next week the way it's looking, and then Minot will host Davies. So the top dogs in the West and the East coming out on top tonight, as we saw some pretty not differential scores, but kind of expected scores.
Well, what you would expect that those higher seeds should be the favored teams and should pull things out. I guess, you know, the 14-all at halftime between Davies and Mandan, I thought that one was maybe the one that was, you know, the one that really could go either way, but Davies must have really poured it on in the second half, much in the way Cheyenne did. You know, just a 7-0 lead at halftime. Huge score on that opening possession. The touchdown by Irie, then the touchdown by Haas, and then the touchdown by Schlichting. The three scores in the second half, adding on top of Herman's in the first half, was the difference tonight. And great job by the defense by really not giving Legacy the opportunity to establish any flow, any rhythm. Really kind of kept them on their heels, and then that Legacy defense just got tired in the second half. Wasn't a lot you could do about that. Really good team effort, I think, tonight. Cheyenne pretty sharp in all three phases against Legacy.
So with that, the Mustangs take it 28-0. We'll be back next Friday night, right back here for the Mustangs versus the Bismarck High Demons.
And Bismarck defeated Cheyenne early in the year. That one was at Bismarck, and Cheyenne did have the lead. So certainly these are two squads that, you know, Bismarck should come in with some confidence, knowing that they've beaten Cheyenne earlier. But obviously Cheyenne maybe a little looking to prove something after dropping that game to the Demons out in Bismarck in earlier in the year.
So with that, I believe that's our only broadcast next week as well.
No, I think we have volleyball on Tuesday.
Nope, volleyball Tuesday against the Packers from West Fargo, and that one is a rivalry night. So with that about wraps up this broadcast. Wolf, got anything else to add?
No, I think just if you're Coach Newton, if you're the Mustang coaches, you got to be really happy with the effort of your players tonight. And you came out of it clean. Didn't appear to be any injuries, no nagging things that we saw, which is great to see. You want to stay healthy at this time of year when you're playing a big opponent like Bismarck next week. And, okay, step one taken care of. Now you just worry about step two, focus on the Demons, and then don't look too far ahead. And if you play well, you punch your ticket to the Fargo Dome.
So with that, for everyone up here in the booth, I'm Tristan Murrock.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.
I must